Darrelle Revis re-emerged in Kansas City last week from an 8-month hibernation wearing a black baseball cap with what appeared to be his own personal logo, prompting inquiring minds to wonder, is the aging cornerback back to restore his legacy or increase his net worth? No outfit has understood the NFL's cutthroat business better than Revis, Inc. in the past decade. The former Jets great has made more than $118 million during a career that should land him in Canton one day. Revis and his handlers smartly pushed sentimentality to the sideline to maximize earning power in a world that will discard players at a moment's notice. So, it's fair to question whether Revis, who will make his Chiefs debut against the Jets on Sunday, is back to rid himself of the stench from last season or get in position for one final payday in 2018. He'll effectively play the final month of the season for free, given that the Jets were already on the hook for $6 million guaranteed on his blockbuster 5-year, $70 million deal. The Chiefs will pay him $353,000, the prorated amount of the veteran's minimum salary, for the rest of the season. Revis technically signed a 2-year deal with Kansas City that includes a non-guaranteed $10 million in 2018, but he has little chance of getting that. If the 32-year-old plays reasonably well in December, there might be an opportunity for a multi-year deal from another team this offseason. The savvy businessman could collect a few more $1 million. Is that his true motivation for coming back so late in the season? Revis was a train wreck on the field in 2016. He was a shell of his former All-Pro self, a disinterested, overweight mess seemingly content with crawling to the finish line. It was sad to witness, given what he used to be. The dominant shutdown force that erased this generation's greatest wide receivers had been replaced by a player struggling with reality in the twilight of his career. Revis' past accomplishments rightly earned him respect in the organization. Heck, owner Woody Johnson was the driving force behind bringing him back, but there was no way to sugarcoat it. The player disrespected his teammates, coaches and the man signing his bloated checks by not putting forth a professional effort last season. He stole Johnson's money in plain sight with consistent half-hearted efforts. He repeatedly bristled at criticism and made excuses. As a competitor, it was very disappointing, Revis said. I was in a place where I never experienced something like that before. It was a lot of ups and downs. Being one of the leaders, you're under a microscope. For me personally, it was very disappointing. But at the same time, it's a learning experience as well. Nobody was better than Revis at the peak of his powers. He was brilliant at a position that has become exceedingly difficult in today's pass-happy NFL. If you paid attention, you noticed cracks in his armor upon his return to the Jets in 2015 after winning a Super Bowl with the Patriots. Those fissures split wide open in 2016. His sharp, fast decline surprised and disappointed Jets insiders. His lack of dedication revealed a content player, who admittedly showed up to training camp out of shape after off-season wrist surgery. I'm not sure how rehabbing a wrist can hamper cardiovascular rehab, but I digress. Revis joked last week that he was way over his current weight of 208 pounds last year. It's safe to say that Woody Johnson didn't think it was a laughing matter when he was collecting all that loot. The last 8 months have been a whirlwind in terms of me continuing to just work on my body and train, Revis said. There's been a number of teams who've called. For me personally, it was just about mentally getting my body back to where I needed to get it, and it was 100%. All the wear and tear over the years out at the corner position is very tough. Coach has you covering the number 1 top receivers for 4 quarters is pretty tough. I just had to really figure out what was best for me during this time. I've been training. I've been staying in shape. I've been doing the things that I need to do. Seth Winagap. Revis was such a prideful player for so long that it would have been a shame if he didn't at least try to wipe away those nightmarish images from last season. I was really just thinking I was okay at that time, Revis said about being overweight last year. I learned a valuable lesson. I think that's why I took a lot of time off to really reflect on last year. And use it as fuel for me as I continue my career. You want to believe that's the real reason for his return, but it's impossible to know for sure given his history. Revis Inc. has always had an eye on the bottom line. Every dollar matters.